All right, if you're a business owner, you know this feeling. It's that pit in your stomach when you try to figure out a budget for SEO. The prices are just all over the place, the promises can feel kind of vague, and you're left wondering, am I about to make a great decision or am I just going to light a pile of money on fire? Well, today, we're going to clear all of that up.
Okay, let's just dive right in. The first step to solving any problem is admitting there is one, right? And with SEO pricing, the problem is that it's a complete black box for most people. It feels like a massive, confusing void.
And if this feels familiar to you, trust me, you are not alone. You know you need to be doing SEO, but trying to nail down a real, justifiable cost can feel totally impossible. It's like you're staring into a black hole where no light escapes.
And this right here, this is the core of the problem. I mean, how can two different agencies look at the exact same website for the exact same service and come back with quotes that are thousands of dollars apart? It makes it impossible to know who to trust or what's even a fair price anymore. So here's the most important thing we need to do. We have to completely reframe this conversation. Let's stop thinking about SEO as just another monthly expense, another bill you have to pay. Instead, let's start seeing it for what it really is. It's an investment. It's the fuel for the entire engine of your business online.
So, how do we deal with that black hole? Simple. We turn on the lights. In this next part, we're going to break down the three main ways that agencies charge for their services, so you can finally get some clarity and understand what you're actually paying for. So here they are, the big three, all laid out. You've got your monthly retainer, which is for that steady, ongoing growth. You've got project-based work for those big one-off jobs, and then you have hourly consulting, when you just need some quick, expert advice. Each one has a totally different purpose and, you guessed it, a totally different price tag.
But check this out. A whopping 78% of businesses choose the monthly retainer model, and that is not an accident. There's a really good reason it's the industry standard. It's because SEO is not a set-it-and-forget-it kind of thing. It's a long-term game.
The retainer model is all about consistency. You pay a flat fee every month, and for that, you get a team of experts who are constantly working on your site. They're adapting to Google's never-ending algorithm changes and building your online authority month after month. This is the model for businesses who are serious about sustainable, long-term growth.
Then you've got project-based pricing. Think of this like calling in a specialist for very specific, high-stakes operation. A perfect example is moving your entire website to a new domain. You need that done perfectly, just one time. So you agree on the scope, you agree on the price, and there's a very clear finish line.
And last, you have hourly. This is exactly like calling a plumber for one specific leak. You don't need them to repipe your entire house, right? You just need their expert eyes for a short, specific amount of time to help you with strategy, or maybe train your team, or figure out one nagging technical problem.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the cost. But you know what? That's the least interesting part of this whole discussion. Let's pivot and talk about the most important part, the return. This is where SEO stops feeling like an expense and starts proving it's one of the absolute best investments you can make in your business.
Let's make this real with some simple math. Let's say you invest $3,000 a month. So over a year, that's 36 grand. But what if that investment brings you 200 new, high-quality leads that generate $10,000 in new business every single month? You've already broken even and are in pure profit mode in under 4 months. And that new revenue? It just keeps coming.
The results from SEO aren't a straight line. They're exponential. It's like a snowball. The first few months, you're just packing it together. It's kind of small. But then, around month 4 to 6, it really starts rolling downhill, picking up speed and size. And by year 2, it's an avalanche of growth that keeps bringing you customers long after you did the initial work.
So what does that compounding growth actually look like in your bank account? Well, once that snowball is really moving, seeing an overall return of 5 times what you invested isn't just possible, it's actually pretty typical for a successful campaign. Seriously, 5 times your money back.
And if you need more proof, here's how SEO stacks up against the other options. On average, a lead from SEO costs less than half of what you'd pay for that same lead from a paid ad. And trying to do it all yourself? Honestly, once you factor in the cost of your own time and all the expensive software you need, it's usually the most expensive path with the worst results. Okay, so the theory is great, but what does this actually mean for your business? Because the right investment level is totally different depending on your size and your industry. So let's find your sweet spot.
If you're a local business, a dentist, a coffee shop, a plumber, your world is a lot smaller, and that's a good thing for your budget. Your investment is laser-focused on one thing, dominating those local map results. The budget is way more manageable, and the wins can come really fast, often in just a few months.
Now, if you're an e-commerce store or a software company, you're not just competing with a business down the street, you're competing nationally, maybe even globally. The battlefield is just bigger. The investment has to be higher because you need really advanced technical SEO and huge content strategies to win. But the payoff? It can be absolutely massive.
So, you're ready to make the investment. Great. The final and maybe most important piece of this puzzle is making sure you invest with the right partner. Let's go over the biggest red flags that will help you spot a bad agency from a mile away and protect your hard-earned money. Okay, think of this as your personal checklist. A good agency is happy to give you a free audit to show what they can do. They'll promise specific outcomes like leads or sales, not just vague things like more traffic. They'll have proof, real case studies to back up their price. And this is a big one. They will not try to lock you into some ironclad long-term contract you can't get out of.
Now on the flip side, this is what a confident agency sounds like. This is an agency that's willing to put their money where their mouth is. A performance guarantee like this one shows that their goals are aligned with your goals. It's the ultimate sign that you found a real partner who's actually invested in your success.
So we'll end with this question. After everything we've gone over today, how do you see your website now? Is it just another line item on your budget, a cost you have to minimize? Or is it your single most powerful asset for growing your business, an investment that's just waiting to deliver a huge return? The answer to that question? Well, it changes everything.